Welcome, YouTube friends and family, to today's Christmassy edition of the Wellness Homesteader. So first, before we start, y'all don't judge. I mean, it's not filthy in here, but I have drug out a whole bunch of stuff from my understairs storage. A whole bunch more to go, too. But I thought today I would bring you a little information about something that I never knew about, but I had seen throughout my childhood. What am I speaking about? Well, you'll have to stay tuned to find out. All right, y'all, and you might see in the background I have my Foodie Possible going. Y'all, I love that thing. I decided this morning I wanted some hot and spicy chili. Kind of warmed me up. We've had such cold weather. Pardon me, but now it's 28 degrees and the winds are at 2 miles an hour. So the girls have been out running the run. Not holed up in the nighttime coop, which makes me feel really good. They seem to be almost fully feathered out, so that's good as well. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. So what I want to talk about today are vintage Putz houses, and Putz is spelled P-U-T-Z. Now, I haven't gone into Monica's closet, if y'all were a fan of Friends, deep enough to find my truly vintage Putz houses. When I do, I'll include it in another video. But I want to talk a little bit about it because I bought last year or the year before, I think it was last year, a reproduction style Putz house that was all designed as mid-century modern. And if you were around last year, you saw them. But I want to tell you a little bit about the history, because I can remember my grandparents having them, my mom's parents having them. I can't place my mom and dad ever having them, but here's a little bit to know about them. And I do have talking notes, y'all. You know me in research, right? So they were popular from 1928 through the 1950s. And some people call them glitter houses, Christmas villages, Christmas gardens, or train gardens. Now, if you've ever watched any of my vintage shopping, I always stop in that one Christmas booth because they often have Putz houses, and I think I own two. They can be, depending on how old they are, they're like ridiculous. I'm like, it's a piece of cardboard with glitter, and some are like this, you know. But they are very neat in their history. So, setting up tiny glittery houses during the holidays was widely popular in 1928 and continued for about a decade after World War II. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about who made them, you know, why did they come back into vogue, because they went away for a little bit. But they do hold a lot of sentimental value. You know, children may remember setting them up, playing with them. They aren't real sturdy, but at any rate, you know, kind of like the dollhouse or playing Barbies, I guess. And so they do have a tendency to get passed down from generation to generation. I did not inherit any of my grandparents. They may have been disposed of, you know, long before my grandma died. I don't know. But sometimes they would make them like into a neighborhood. Sometimes they'd be under the Christmas tree where you have a train track, and they'd make like little villages. How cute is that? And often they were set up in conjunction with a nativity scene. And I'm like, well, there was no room in the inn, so I guess if you have Putz houses that could be the inns that had no room, that would fit with a nativity scene. I think one of the attractions was playing with as they decorated. I know that would be mine for sure. But why do they call them Putz houses? Now, I mean, no disrespect to anyone. When I was in high school, a Putz was like someone who wasn't very smart, or an easy target or an easy mark would believe anything. So I'm like, well, how did Putz houses come to be? So I looked it up, and it's from Pennsylvania German. And if you compare archaic German Putz, it means ornament, decoration, or finery. or it transferred to the word putzen, which means to clean or decorate. So the story seems to be that in German families, they would create these little holiday scenes, as I said, often nativity scenes, and they would collect little bits and pieces for their tableau, you know, to make their scene all through the season. So maybe they took some real greenery or little bits and bobs off of a package that they received. So since they collected for weeks, it was considered putzen, which equals decorate. It was changed to putzing, which means taking your time to decorate. So I'm just going to tell y'all, this year I've been putzing. And then it became putzen, which means taking your grand old time. So I kind of fit in those last two categories this year. There was a global expert. I did look him up. His name was Ted Althoff, Althoff, and he started collecting Putz houses in the 1970s and was considered to be, as I said, a global expert and had a huge collection. He actually passed away, and so, you know, we don't have the same viewing of the items that he had back when he was living. So his collection dated back from 1928. So where did these come from? Whose idea was this? Well, it was invented by the Japanese, and they were building on the concept of a candy box, which really makes sense if you've ever seen a true vintage Putz house. It's just cardboard. And some of them are more elaborate. They might have chimneys or little trees stuck to the side. I think I have one that has little trees. And they were making those candy boxes for the American market. So it was a natural transition to start making these Putz houses. When their golden years were from 1928 to 1937. So this has been around really for a century. Now, I'm sure mine aren't a century old. The ones I have, because I chose like pink and blue, look to me more like 50s. But when the war was discouraging consumption, they kind of had a lull. And they had a dime store revival after World War II. How fascinating is this, right? And Japan began making and exporting them. And then their popularity kind of waned after 1960. But as you all know, and I've shared in previous, like Christmas through the decades, the 60s, 70s, and on, that's when we started to see electric lights, you know, for the Christmas tree, plastic bulbs, which were more durable, all sorts of things. So those little Putz houses weren't as valuable to people. So there is a ton of information online about Putz houses. I just find it fascinating. And I will stop and blow my nose, but let me share something with you. So I was on Pinterest. I think it was last year. And I saw these. And they came from World Market. And I got them for like next to nothing. But what's really cool about them is they are battery operated. So I very carefully packed these away last year because I did not want to take a chance on, you know, the batteries getting old or whatsoever. So let me put a couple batteries in. And I want to show you what this one looks like. This one's pretty deluxe, and I may have to turn the ring light off. Okay, you ready? It looks so lovely when there's not a lot of lighting in the room. So what are we going to do today? In an effort to figure out how to turn the switch off. Okay, that's the wrong way. I'm going to put the batteries back in that I saved from last year in my Putz houses. I've decided, and I'm going to call these Putz houses. They are certainly made of wood, but they're kind of on that flavor, right? I'm going to put them in the entryway with my blue and white Christmas tree. So it's going to be very festivus in there. So let me move pardon me, guys, I'm trying to fight the hiccups here. Okay, it didn't work. I'm gonna move the camera around and we're gonna get to putting them all together and then I'll show you the final result. I hope you are enjoying this style of decorating. Y'all are really helping me to get it done. Y'all have been on the struggle bus, but I'm making progress. All right, guys, stay tuned. All right, y'all, so I have my box here. I don't fall down. Yeah, that's a good angle. So, I honestly didn't know if I was gonna get this video done and uploaded today or not. As we all do, I mean, sometimes you just have stuff to do. And Fridays, like, I don't know why I do this, but it just kind of keeps me on track. I need a pair of scissors now. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Hold on with it, guys. Trying not to wreck my fingernails. I already wrecked the phone, but I need to probably cut them back a little bit. When winter comes and it's so dry, yeah, I have a little bit more trouble. And I have very hard fingernails, so when I break one, it usually cracks way back. Anyway, I like to do things on a schedule. Type A mine. Look at this one, guys. Isn't it cute? It's aqua. So, and I'm sorry, my heat just cut on. Oh, sorry about that. Fridays I like to do my laundry, and then I don't dry my clothes. To me, they last longer if you just hang dry them. Well, I can't really hang dry where I live because there's so much issue with birds anointing your articles of clothing. I have a lot of trees. Well, I had a lot of trees, but I still have a lot of trees and a lot of birds who like to go in the chicken coop and help themselves to some chicken feed, the little tiny ones. But at any rate, here we go. And this one has the Christmas lights. I'll pan in real close at the very end. So I like to do it on Friday, so then for all weekend, everything I like the best is clean. End of this dishwasher day and take the trash out and clean the refrigerator and order groceries. And I got sidetracked, and when I should have been working on a video, I might have been working on my last Lego top build that I'm doing, which is problematic because for whatever reason that I haven't figured out, I did something wrong. So I'm gonna have to take it way back and get it put back together, but it is not going to win. I will win, I will get it together. So how are you all doing with your decor? You know, the more I am on Facebook, you know, and I see my friends and people that are my age are more downsizing. So this one is lovely too. And again, once I turn the lights, the ring light off, and then I start showing you, you're gonna see how very, very neat they are. Oh, goodness. On a happy note, it's still staying here. I also haven't done my regular cleaning because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm not sure which box I haven't opened yet. Anyway, because I'm just stirring up dust and y'all, there's boxes everywhere that I've gotten out of them what I want, and I don't want to put them back in because there is a method to my madness. So I have to put the bigger ones in last. So it's just going to be a mess for a little bitty bit. I'm going to put her last here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I leave one in there? I might have left one in there. Some days are better than others, right? But I think, back to the decor thing, I think putting up what brings you joy is really what we all should be doing. I don't want to overstress myself. I'm not having any holiday parties this year. The only person besides friends that will really see it, is my son. And, you know, for 2 days, it's not gonna be a Christmas wonderland in here. Let's see if I left one in the other room. Don't pick yourself up into your shoulder. Oh, doggone, there's a lot of people on it. I swear I've lost my mind. Okay, one of these has not been open. This one that still has the tape on it. Y'all don't get over it. I also slept on my hair kind of funky and I had this weird bend in it, y'all. Just forgive. You know, I think I see a price tag in here. My recollection was, oh wait, what does that say? Does it have a price? They were in the teens and a couple of them were less. I did get them on sale. I may have purchased them on Black Friday or Cyber Monday. I had never heard of World Market about that, right? So I was like, well, let's give it a try because I've seen them on Pinterest. Y'all be real proud of me. Have I purchased any Christmas decor other than the building sets, which I consider a craft? You know, I'm justifying a little bit. No, I have done very, very well this year. How did I manage? I just stayed out of the stores. That's what works best for me, y'all. And I can't say I've stayed off Pinterest because I do like looking. Sometimes there's some really good ideas for things that you might already have on hand or that you could adapt. Now I fell off here. Get back in here. I'm gonna worry about that little thing. All right. Whew. So let me get these lit. I'm gonna turn off the ring light. I'm gonna pan through and show you. These are adorbs. I mean, it's kind of busy, but it gives you a lot to look at. I'm gonna think of it that way. So let me see if Granny can get up off the ground. That's always the biggest challenge, right? Got another box emptied. We're getting closer. All right, guys, I'll see you shortly. All right, y'all, all lit up. Have my tree lit, wreath hanging, and I have it off to the side because of the tree. And let's just start over here. So these put me in the mind, if you've ever been to Palm Springs, there's a lot of mid-century modern buildings. That's what it puts me in the mind of. So we have a snowman with sunglasses and an umbrella. Happy holidays this way. Lots of glitter, which I hope is showing up in the camera. And of course, palm trees, which are not found in Ohio. And some bottle brush trees. Moving on down to this one. This one's really cool. Has the old-fashioned car with the tree on the top. The lights up here. Of course, the cacti. And a fancy little poodle. And look at this door, y'all. It's so mid-century. The window angles, the stone. I just think it's so, so cute. So while technically not a Putz house, it's in the mind of a Putz house. All right, let's swing over to this one. And this one has your, what do you call those things? Storks? Pelican. Stork, because it's pink. And our pink cactus that's been decorated. The same cute little wreath on a vintage style door. Some giant ornaments. You can see the tree inside. And then, this is kind of hard to see, y'all. It is a reindeer lounging under an umbrella. So again, that Palm Springs vibe. Moving on to the Oasis, sorry guys, lounge. Hard to get on your knees on wood floors. So again, the vintage doors, the vintage style windows. We've got some lights and some faux snow with our palm trees, and it says Oasis Lounge. And I believe these are meant to be pineapples. I like this one because, y'all see it? Yeah, there's a mid-century kitty there. That looks like a marijuana leaf, but I don't think that's what it is. And another kitty here. Some, you know, this is a cocktail lounge, so a little martini glass and more bottle brush trees and palm trees. And then our final, let me just pull it forward to make it easy and not make y'all dizzy. Scotty dogs were also very, popular in the 1950s. So we have the two Scotty dogs. Look at the door and the side lights and the starburst. The lights inside the house here, very retro, mid-century modern. Everything decorated up, including an older vehicle with the little wreath on the front and lots of bottle brush trees. So, not the final arrangement, but I'm just going to pan through so y'all can enjoy. Well, y'all, I hope today has been an enjoyable video for you. If you've noticed, I've been trying to vary the length and not make them quite so long, but we will have some longer videos as well when I actually do the step back cupboard. Oh, pray for me, y'all. That bucket is so heavy. I've been delaying pulling it out, but I do have some sliders so I can slide it over to the step back cupboard. But it's a lot of work to take everything that's in it out, find a place to store it, and then put all my lovely vintage ceramic Santa themed things in. But I really enjoy it, and I don't want to not have it this year, so stay tuned for that. If y'all would do me a big favor, go ahead and smash that like button. Drop me a comment below. Do you have any vintage Putz houses that you've maybe inherited from family? And if so, what's your favorite design look like? The ones I have are only about this big, so these are quite large, but I just think they're so cute and they fit with my decorating theme. So I had them on the mantle last year. This year, they're going to be front and center in the entryway. So I hope you haven't noticed all the cat hair and the grass and things I've tracked in. The house will get cleaned. There's just no point because it's just gonna be an everyday thing. All right, guys, I plan to see you all next week. Hopefully, please, Lord Jesus, I will get some videos ahead. I've been really having a moment trying to get that done. But Lord willing and the creek don't rise, we will get ahead. All right, guys, until I see you again, get ready for the holidays in a way that is good for you. Doesn't mean you have to put up 7 trees, Kym Clark, because I'm not doing that this year. Okay, guys, in the meantime, be healthy, be well, be blessed, and take care.